What's up, guys? It's American Slang 59. I'm back with my second part of my Let's Play of Spate. Here we go. There's some frame rate issues. Not too bad, but they're there a bit. It's a really pretty game, though. I don't think this is a very long game. When I just started it back up, it said I was 10% through with the game. And I think I've only been playing for about 10 minutes, so I'd assume this is less than an hour and a half. Now,
I could have swore I just saw my daughter in that fog.
I think we can swing. We can swing a bit. And swing more depending on how low you are. Yeah, there's some major frame rate issues happening right here, which I don't have any issues with in any other game. So that's my first day. It really should open up fraps. Fuck. Should open up fraps on this to see how big of a drop that is. Right there, like when you're on that chain. I was having frame rate issues earlier when I was just kind of setting up my recording software with this, and I did look that up. I looked it up on a message board, and the guy who created this said he was aware of frame rate issues. So there's that, but it is an indie game, so
The absinthe is burning through me now. I'm quickly reminded of why I drink absinthe. It's the only thing I have left that makes me feel alive. A tiny spark of what things once were, what they used to be. Is that really such a bad thing to want? Okay, well, no two ways about it. That was weird.
I really want to say this game was inspired by the show True Detective, with the theme of a alcohol addiction and death of the main character's daughter, which both happen in True Detective. But along with the Southern Gothic vibe to this, it's kind of what really makes me feel that.
My daughter, she was a ball of energy. My ex-wife had a good way of putting it. Spirited. She was a spirited little girl. Well, I couldn't find a whole lot on this businessman. It's not like he was a square. He didn't seem the type to run the straight and narrow. Perhaps he got caught up into something. Something bad. Something ugly.
This game looks really fucking awesome. The only major issues I've seen are the frame rate drops, which I really do not think is on my end, and some anti-aliasing issues. There isn't an option to mess with that either, so graphic options are pretty limited. The controller support is excellent though, for what that's worth. I play most games with a 3.6 fucking goddamn it. I play most games with a 360 controller, aside from first-person shooters and pretty much anything multiplayer. It's just much more comfortable to just sit back and chill. Especially a platformer. Platformers aren't too fun on keyboard. For being a successfully funded Kickstarter game, I've seen almost nothing about this. I actually found it just by myself due to a Steam recommendation. I don't even remember what game I was on. I want to say I was on the Banner Saga or something. I'm assuming this game's pretty short, so it's a good late night game just when you're bored. Not too difficult. So right there's some audio issues with that. Just wanted to show everybody that. So oh, god damn it. That's what we have to do. Get that green button, then race to that platform. One of the reasons my channel will focus on things like DLC and episodes and short indie games like this is because I'll be able to do far more of them than if I was playing, you know, some AAA game.
Floating stones. That's something you don't see every day. Probably just the drink giving me more reason.
But I was saying that I'll be able to do more Let's Plays, walkthroughs, giveaways, and just videos in general, instead of, you know, doing it 20
These
hours.
flags remind me of the first date I ever went on with my wife. Boy, was she a looker. It was a blind date. I met her at a little cafe on the water. It was a windy day. I made my way around the corner, and the first thing I saw was her hair, dancing with the wind. For me, it was love at first sight. For her, well, for her it was just sight.
A few minutes ago I was mentioning issues with the anti-aliasing, and you can actually really see it on this bridge. Really bad.
As I made my way up the bridge, I could see that something wasn't right. It was the businessman's steamship. It was parked, running idle. I could see a slumped form crumpled over a crate. You could tell the life had run out of him.
Alright guys, we'll wake this guy up in part 3 of my Let's Play of Spate.